So I've often been curious about that white stucco church building with the grand column portico on Spencer Street, more or less opposite the Leamington Assembly. And today I'm rather excited to be exploring inside what is now The Fold, which is a gorgeous work-sharing space. And my guide is none other than The Fold's managing director, Simon Reeve. Simon, welcome to Life in Lem.
Thank you very much. Welcome to The Fold.
So tell us firstly a little bit about The Fold. What's the concept behind the setup here?
So The Fold is at the heart of Leamington's goal to attract digital and creative businesses to the area as part of a 10-year plan with the Creative Quarter Initiative, which is the redevelopment of the old town, the south of Leamington. And The Fold is very much our primary area is creative co-working space. So we have here memberships for people so they can come and work flexibly. They can come in on day passes. They can have memberships certain days of the week. They could have a designated desk if needs be, and they could even have an office space.
I guess Leamington's quite lucky, isn't it? We've got quite a few co-working spaces around town, which is brilliant. What do you think sets The Fold apart from the others?
The great thing about The Fold here is probably what sets us apart mostly is the building, but also the space here. So we have lots of space in the building, lots of metering spaces which members can use free of charge for those one-to-one meetings, Teams calls, etc. We have big boardroom spaces where you can fit up to 14 people. Again, if you want inspiration from sitting somewhere different in the building, there's sofas you can sit on. You can sit down in the crypts if you want a bit more privacy. There's desks with second screens if you want more sort of a focus time, really. So I think what sets us apart is the ability to have that inspiration from working in lots of different areas in one building under one roof, really.
And of course you've got Spencer's Yard right behind you, haven't you? Which is really quite a large, I wouldn't quite call it a piazza, but it's heading in that direction. It's a really lovely open space. So I guess also if you need just to stretch your legs, get some fresh air and look to the sky for some inspiration, you've got that on the doorstep as well.
We have indeed, yeah. I mean, we've actually just put some picnic benches and umbrellas outside for this summer because we're aware that actually it's a lovely space we wanted to try and utilise a bit more. And again, that comes back to the creative community we're building here. Our neighbours are Motion House, a world-renowned dance studio. We've got the Loft Theatre Group. We've got the Creative University SAE who moved to just outside the Folders when we moved into the area as well. So you can really see how that creative community is building around Spencer's Yard, really.
And why have you called it The Fold?
I had a feeling you might ask that question, and it's something I didn't know until recently. So there's the building being a church, so linked to that. So there's a religious sense of the fold, or the sheepfold as it was, as a sanctuary for a community back then. The people being the flock, and the church is the fold that brings them together. That's sort of the religious link to that. There's also the common English phrase around bringing people into the fold, which again another reason why I think our creative director chose the name, and very much meaning welcome people into a close knit community. So this name serves as that very much open invitation to people to be part of our creative community, really.
You have researched that very well. That's a gold star answer, Simon. Thank you for that. And you mentioned it's based on memberships, but actually you are open to the public quite a number of evenings, and you're running a number of different events there. Tell us a bit about those.
Yeah, exactly. So we're open here for co-working memberships through the day. So we're open from 8 till 6. Evenings and weekends we're open as an events venue. So that could be for private hire, could be for parties, brand launches, whatever the reason. And then we also run our own events here. So we run something on a monthly basis called the Creative Community Mixer, which is, again, bringing people together. It's a free event into the Fold in one evening in the month where they'll listen to somebody from that community talk around their experience in a particular role, talking about the opportunities they see going forwards, sort of the challenges they faced over the years, etc. And we've had everybody from performing artists in, we've had choreographers, we've had puppeteers, copywriters, graphic designers, so people from all walks of life, really. And that's a great opportunity for people to come and, again, see what the Fold's about, really. Outside of that, we also have paid ticket events, which we started running this year, and that's been a big part of the 2026 plan. So far, we've run an evening where we had a murder mystery, and then we also just run a very successful comedy night, which is the first comedy night we've run, and that's called Lem Laughs. And that was a sellout, and we're looking to another one in September with the next one. And upcoming as well, Lem Live. And Lem Live is all around live music. So we've got 3 performing artists who are going to come in that evening. That's on the 9th of July.
And tickets for that side from Eventbrite?
Yeah, from Eventbrite, there's, again, links on our socials, links to the website as well. So if you went on the What's On section of the website, you'll be able to link through to Eventbrite to get tickets. And then later this year as well, so we're also looking to plan bigger events. We've got a Christmas party, which is, again, open to non-members and members. And that's an après ski theme, which we're going for, which is going to be on the 11th of December. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Get a thick head on the 12th of December, right? I guess,
Exactly.
after the après ski. So, I mean, for someone that's potentially, I guess, at the summer holidays, they're at home, they're probably looking after the kids some of the time because kids are off, but they're looking for maybe a space they can escape to, a bit of quiet that they can go work at when they're not on babysitter duty. Yeah. Are there memberships that someone could come and explore that would help them do exactly that?
Yes, there are, yes. There's complete flexibility here with our membership. So if you're not having a dedicated desk or office space, it's a rolling monthly contract. So people can turn on and turn off their membership. So if they are busy periods where they're on holiday or they're travelling like with work, then they can turn on and off memberships. In the summer, we have various memberships where people can decide how they want to come. They can have complete flexibility and just come on day passes. We've got Mondays and Fridays, which tend to be our off-peak days, which are a bit quieter. So they're cheaper day pass at £20 a day. And we have memberships run from anything from 5 days a month to 8 days a month to any day a month. So complete flexibility for people to come in during the summer. And we've got lots of off-peak deals as well. Also, a good place for the summer is, because this is an old church, we've got the crypts downstairs, which are particularly cool during the summer months as well. So if we have a hot period, which we're hoping for, then there is a nice cool space to break out to downstairs as well.
And so we're actually in one of those super cool crypt rooms at the moment. This is a room that's got some comfy sofas, a table, and is beautifully sound insulated on all the walls, so be perfect for podcasting, which is just as well, because that's what we're doing here. But Si, you've got a number of specialist spaces really aimed at creatives and media. Could you tell us a bit about those?
Yeah, no, certainly. The spaces we have here from a creative perspective, we have a shoot studio, which we have a small infinity curve and lighting grid, so people can come and shoot portraits in there, any tabletop photography, video work, talking to camera pieces. We also have a video podcast studio, and in that video podcast studio we've got 3 Blackmagic cameras, we've got 4 Rode mics, and it's a very much plug and play system, so all you need to do is bring your SSD drive with you. You can export the files with you, so you'll have your various audio feeds, visual feeds, and a mix feed as well to do your edit with afterwards. And then the final part of the space down here is we've also got a Dolby Atmos studio and a recording studio, and that can be utilised for again, we've got artists playing musical instruments. If we've got any voiceovers we're doing in there. And also for playback with regards to the full Dolby Atmos experience as well.
And in terms of availability, those are some fantastic sounding facilities there. So, I mean, are those booked out months in advance, or can people book them reasonably easily?
It does help if you can book months in advance, certainly, but no, we do have capacity in the spaces still. And the video podcast studio is, of course, very popular. But we've also got the Dolby Atmos studios. It's quite specialised, so again you need to know what you're doing within that space. And again, the shoot studio, again, as I say, it's also really a space we can use for events as well. So again, that is really a mixed use space where we hold small scale events and shoots down there.
So you're managing director here. It sounds a fascinating project to be involved with, both in terms of the architectural nature of it and supporting businesses and a lot of the really interesting technology here. You clearly enjoy it. What do you like about it?
So I come from a very background really. So my background, sales and marketing, predominantly. So I've been working for a company called Cogent for the last 15 years, and Cogent are the company who are running this as a co-working space. So my role for them over the years, I've been running predominantly a content production studio for them down in Banbury called Junction 11. So we've been doing that for the last 12, 13 years. And they asked me 18 months ago if I'd also like a second job, because one job wasn't enough, to come and run the fold. What I particularly enjoyed doing this year is really, again, as I mentioned before, the event side of things, looking at what we can do outside of the day-to-day co-working side of things. The next step for us going forward, potentially really sort of 2027, is to potentially look at weddings going forward as well. So what we can look to do at weekends.
So that's the fold then, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're looking for a space to work, perhaps over the summer on a temporary basis for a month or so, or you're looking potentially for a workspace or a collaboration space downstream, whether you're looking for some specialist audio-visual facilities, creative facilities, or indeed whether you just fancy a good laugh or some live music, you can come along in the evenings, maybe even meet someone that you might want to get married to here one day. Who knows? If someone wants to find out a little bit more, what's the best thing to do?
Call the office. One of the front of house team would be more welcome to take your inquiry. We're more than happy to give people a tour of the facility as well. Or you can drop us an email, again, through the website. And again, one of the team will pick that up and inquire back. If you wanted to book meeting room spaces or studio spaces, as I mentioned, those are available to non-members and they can be booked directly on the website. So you can just go in and have a look at what time and date you want and book that in yourself.
Fantastic. So I'll put the website URL and the Eventbrite link to the upcoming Lem Live music event on the 9th of July in the blurb. Thank you very much for giving us a tour here and for making the most of this beautiful space.
Thanks very much, Tim. Thanks for coming and appreciate the opportunity.